Antara, inspired from the word unheard, means the difference. And true to its namesake, Antara Senior Living is turning out to be just that. At its helm is the young scion of the Max Inder Group, daughter of Aniljeet Singh, Singh Vachani. She is young, she is dynamic, she is gracious, brilliant, and dedicated to Antara Senior Living. She is undoubtedly a woman of substance and also an icon in the making in the new India of today. So let's catch up with Singh Vachani of Antara Senior Living. Hello Tara, wonderful to have you on The Big Idea.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure with your Antara Senior Living, and it's especially wonderful to have the youngest of our very special Women on Fire series that we have on The Big Idea. So how did the concept come about of Antara Senior Living?
It's been a very fascinating journey. We started this in 2010 as a concept.
New concept.
Very much.
Very new in India.
Very much a new concept in India. We just started to analyze quality of life of people in India as they were getting older. And we started to realize that if you break quality of life into various parameters, which we eventually did, there were a lot of gaps in how people were enjoying and living their lifestyles as they were nearing 55, 60 and over. And that's really what inspired us to build a product and a service offering around this market. And it's been 4.5 years and the journey continues.
And why did you, for someone so young, want to get involved with a project like this? I mean, does it hold any special place in your heart?
You know, I was always interested to do something new. I joined the Max Inder Group in 2010. And I learned a lot for the first year and a half, but I always wanted to do something new. And when I started to, actually by chance and very fortuitously, started meeting people who were talking about this concept in different parts of the world, something just struck a chord, and I continued to sort of develop it and create something out of it.
Yeah, it's true. When you say across the world, in America, it is a very common concept. It's very important. It's given a lot of prominence over there. Have you fashioned Antara Senior Living after the American model?
I think the American model was definitely a very big learning ground for me. I spent a lot of time traveling there, as I did other markets as well, Australia, parts of Asia, parts of Europe. So in its essence, very much so, we are modeled around what they call the continuing care retirement community. But we've obviously had to customize it to the Indian culture,
mindset,
Indian mindset. Absolutely. But I think seeing how it's grown as an industry over 60 years in the US, there's a lot to learn from how they've developed it, from a need-based product and service to a completely aspirational product now in the US. So we're learning a lot from that.
Which are some of the popular US models that you found to be, interesting enough to implement in India?
So a couple of the top few that I saw was a community in California called Zee Living. Very exclusive. You can't even get an appointment to visit because their wait list is so long. They don't even want you to come visit because there's nothing they can do about it.
Interesting.
Shell Point in Florida, a beautiful 900-acre community. So these would be my top two, and then the Peninsula region as well in California. So my top three, I would say, would be in California and Florida.
That's interesting. Okay, now, why did you choose Dehradun as a venue, or the place for your venture?
Right. So Dehradun very close to my heart, both personally. My mother's from there. I've grown up spending pretty much half my life there. It's a city that's beautiful. It's still been able to preserve a lot of its nature and its ambience with a lot of trees, fantastic quality air. Two, Antara would always be in a place that's accessible. There are 7 flights a day to Dehradun. And 3, we were finding that people wanted to get out of polluted urban India, really. While eventually we will also have urban concepts as a starting point to really create our marquee project or community, as we call it. We thought it was the ideal location. And fourth, which was also very important for us, is that Max Healthcare, which is a sister company for us, opened its 200-bed super speciality hospital in Dehradun 2.5 years ago.
So that's a great tie-up to have for the elderly. That's fantastic.
So it's a fantastic ecosystem of accessibility, great quality of air, and fantastic healthcare.
Healthcare, oh my God, that's most important.
And for us, that's very critical. We wouldn't be in any locations as we grow that don't have fantastic tertiary healthcare or is not a place that's accessible. So it all fit in, and people have loved that we are there because it's such a gorgeous place to live.
Yeah, I can't get over your passion for one so young, your knowledge, your passion. That's so. Do you think this is imbibed from your mother as early in childhood?
I think both my parents.
I'm finding you.
I think both my parents. I think my father always taught us to work hard and nothing comes easy.
Beautiful.
And my mom was always about our value system and the difference between right and wrong. And my siblings and I sort of grew up that way with that level of exposure to just being good, mindful people, and I think that's all really our mantra is.
That's all you can ask for.
Absolutely.
But this is amazing. So you've taken on this project fully, and you're passionate about it.
Absolutely.
So do you go to Dehradun often to visit?
I do actually. I'm there almost 10 days a month. It will start to increase come May, because actually I'm building a foundation for an organization. Yeah. So it requires me to also be in Delhi. We're now 70 people in Antara. By the end of next year, we'll be 370, because our community, when it's operational, we will hire manpower of 250 people because...
Oh, to take care of...
Exactly, because we are essentially hospitality,
correct.
Layered with the concept of home, hassle-free and community.
That's beautiful. So you are, the overriding thought process is hospitality, but with all the perks and perks.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I want to discuss more about that, but we do have to take a little break.
Sure.
Tara? Folks, break time. Please don't go away. Back again in conversations with the young, the dynamic, and the vibrant Tara Singh Vachani, CEO of Antara Senior Living. So why the name Antara? I know it has some connect to you.
It's an interesting story actually, Meera.
Please share.
So it came from inspiration of the word Antar, which means the difference. Not even different, but the difference.
The difference.
And the fantastic team we work with, Ray and Keshavan, who did our branding, were keen to put Tara in the brand.
And they're from India?
They are from there. A fantastic duo. They've now sort of branched out to Ray and Keshavan, but based out of Bangalore. And they wanted to put the word Tara in it, which I was a bit shy initially. But when they created the brand name Antara, I loved it.
It's beautiful. It just feels soft.
It does.
Soft, yeah.
And we wanted to use colors of the sun because of energies. And our logo is inspired by the mandalas, which is, I'm sure everyone knows, is a Buddhist and a Hindu symbol of complete equality. And
yin yang,
exactly. So you could talk about mind, body, soul. We talk about the fact that each of the cores of our graphic are exactly the same, but the outer petals are different. And it talks about how your core self is always going to be your core self, but Antara enriches your life with different experiences. So there was a lot of deep meaning, and after we closed on the brand, we realized it could also be my father's first name, which starts with an A, my mother N, and Tara. So it had all these layers, which just
so beautiful. All positive layers in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Now let's go to Dehradun and share with us what it's all about there, right in Dehradun, the Antara Living.
So Dehradun, we are in a location called Purkul.
Okay.
We have a beautiful 14-acre piece of land. I remember walking in the gates of this piece of land and falling in love. We have the view of Mussoorie. We have the view of a beautiful Sal forest as well as the river Tons. So we are very fortunate that all aspects of nature are around us. We're essentially creating 220 bespoke apartments.
Okay.
Each one of them varies in size, location, dimension.
From what dimension?
So we start at about 1,500 square feet.
Okay, and how many rooms would that have?
That's a one-bedroom apartment.
Okay.
And then we go up to 3-bedroom apartments that range from 5,000 square feet upwards. Actually, 3,500 to 5,000.
Okay.
The idea really is we want to be able to have an option for everybody, and to really create a very diverse, like-minded community.
Yeah.
We will have a clubhouse of 60,000 square feet.
Oh, that's humongous.
Which will pretty much have everything you could want,
yeah.
from a spa to fantastic restaurant, a bar, a gym, a 50-seater theater. The list is actually quite endless.
Oh, so A to Z.
A to Z. And while that's the hardware, for us the software is very important. And it's important that our services and the way in which we create those services are really, really comprehensive. The idea is to impact quality of life, and anything our residents want is available to them at a click of a finger.
Okay, give an example.
So you could want
something
to
offbeat.
Absolutely, you could want to learn French.
Oh.
You could want to learn French while trekking a mountain. We would probably arrange that for you as well.
I don't believe it. That's cool.
Absolutely. So the basics, which we call sort of conveniences, are but obviously taken care of.
And give an example of that.
So full housekeeping, complete engineering.
So does staff come in there, or the staff is taken care of by you?
We are fully staffed. So we will have a community in terms of a staffing community of 250 people, from engineering and maintenance to our wellness managers to our general manager, because it really is able to cater to any need and desire our residents want. But it's also flexible, because you know, someone may choose they want a certain set of services, and someone may choose they want something less or more.
Correct.
So we're equipped to be able to handle any variety of services.
That's why you said the manpower is going to be so enormous.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And what about cuisine? Food is always so important.
Absolutely. So for us, we actually have a fantastic cafe, we have a bar, and we have a restaurant. These are 3 areas.
Okay, the main ones.
And the restaurant within it has 3 or 4 different offerings.
Okay.
The important thing actually is it's based around wellness, because we have to, like I said, impact quality of life. But in an interesting way, in a very bespoke fashion, where residents feel like they're getting what they want when they want. So that is still something that's work in progress in terms of the final detailing, but it's a very important part of what we're trying to do.
Oh, food is, yes. Now tell me, in their apartment, would they cook their own food, or do they have staff to do it, or it's like a hotel?
All 3 options. So all our apartments come with kitchens.
Yeah, they have that full kitchenette kind of a
so
thing.
you have 3 options actually. You can either have your own staff, because some people have that comfort level.
Yeah, some,
and most of our apartments come with ensuite staff, bathrooms and bedrooms.
A to Z, huh?
Absolutely. The second option is you come and eat with us whenever you want, however you want. And the third option is we send you someone to cook for you whenever you want, personalized. So, and like that, we have that variation of offering in almost every bucket that you could think of. Housekeeping is the same, maintenance is the same.
I've understood, okay, the different sectors that requirements would exist.
So it's very much customized and personalized.
I'm once again saying it, but I can feel your passion. I'm thinking to myself, Tara, when I get to be that age, maybe that will be something I would want to invest in.
Please do.
For myself. I mean, it's just amazing.
You know, for us, it is become, and the people we talk to, it's sort of a very relationship-oriented process. I pretty much meet everybody who signs on.
Oh, really?
Absolutely, because one has to make sure that they're doing this because they're aspirational for quality of life. This is not an investment in brick and mortar at all. In fact,
that's why you made it, okay.
Absolutely.
You did emphasize on that.
We have to.
Initially.
And what we found is that people are very aspirational about the way they want to spend their life after 55, and this is finally the first of its kind where you can sort of indulge in that aspiration, because it doesn't exist otherwise.
It doesn't exist. And how many homes are you having up there?
So 220.
220. And how many have you sold, I presume?
We're already at a little over 50%, which is on plan. And we're
so better than you projected, is the estimate?
Sort of. You know,
yeah.
you always want to be bigger and better.
No, but you still have so much time.
We do. And we're also...
And are you looking at a time frame? How does it work for you?
Sure. So we are going to be operational in January of 2016.
Okay.
Which is when our residents will start to move in. And we have about a 4 to 6 month move-in process, obviously. So by next summer, we aim to be fully energized and fully ready to go.
Can you imagine?
So I can't wait.
Yeah, so exciting, my gosh. But we have to take another break, Sarah. Folks, break time once again. Please don't go away. She is the young face to watch out for in future. At present, she is Antara Singh Vachani, CEO of Antara Senior Living. Tara, tell us, how does the model work in terms of the numbers, in terms of selling, leasing? What is it about?
So we have a very interesting model, Neva, that we actually created. It's called the Lifetime Lease Advantage or model. For us, it's all about, like I had sort of mentioned, people don't come in and invest in the brick and mortar, they're investing in the lifestyle.
The concept.
Absolutely. So we have a way in which, for example, if a couple wants to come in and become an Antara resident, they get a lifetime lease for an apartment that they choose. At the time they pass away or they want to leave, we have two options. We either take that apartment and release it in the market at whatever the appreciated value is, so that their financial investment is secure. Or if their next of kin is interested to make it their home as well, we do a brand new lease in their name. So it has all of the protection, both financially and legally, to our residents that secures them that this is their home. But it also gives us the responsibility and, in a way, the entire accountability to manage the community and manage the quality of people that are living there.
You're pretty strict. Are you going to be pretty strict on that?
We have to be. It's strict in the sense we're not creating any real boundaries in that sense. But like I said, it is in a way the product itself screens out those who are not coming for lifestyle, because we have a monthly charge that kicks in the day our community is ready. And that automatically, in a good way, works as a deterrent for people who are coming in to say, let's invest in this as, brick and mortar. And so in a way, we screen out automatically people who are not very serious about making this their home, or primary or secondary home for that matter. So the lifetime lease model works very well for us in that regard.
Very interesting. Okay, now it will be a super success. Antara Senior Living will take India by storm. Do you have plans for future expansion?
We do. We do. We are, as most people know, we are 100% subsidiary of the Max India Group, which is, of course, supporting us through the growth of Antara now and for the future. But we are also very focused on getting this one right.
So our growth,
absolutely. So our growth plans are not, I would say, very aggressive. They are conservative and sensible. So we would like to be able to announce our next project by the end of the year.
Oh, wow. But take it slowly and surely. And get the foundation all sorted out. I want to ask you, Tara, for one so young, you've led such an enriched life. You've been involved with CSR activities of your father's company, now with this Antara Senior Living. Share with us what you're all about. It's so inspiring for my young audience out there.
Thank you. I think for me, Neva, I've just been very, very, very fortunate, and I operate on a platform of gratitude, frankly. I don't know anybody around me, actually, and I mean anybody who has the love, affection, intelligence, sort of intellectual property,
stimulation that you grew up with,
that I've grown up with. And I think it would be a waste not to do something with it. So
testament to your father and mother both.
I would
beautiful.
Hope so. And so for us, CSR to me doesn't really mean the formal corporate social responsibility everyone keeps talking about. I think it means more civil responsibility as citizens of our country, to be mindful, to do the little things that matter on a day-to-day.
What matters to you? Something different.
I think what matters to me is being good to others. And
so we forget that. In this crazy game of life, we actually forget that.
And I think
the most basic.
Exactly, and I think our country sometimes pushes us to not be the best that we can be. And it's up to us, young women and men, to change a little bit of that. So for me, CSR comes from the day-to-day, the week-to-week, being mindful, being cautious, being conscientious. And then on a more formal route, there's so much to do that it's overwhelming. And the Max India Foundation does some amazing work. I don't get to be part of it formally as much as I would like, but in whichever ways I can, I do my best. And I also work with organizations outside of Max India Foundation in whatever time that I get outside of work.
Yeah, I was going to say whatever time.
Whatever time.
Is there, where do you see yourself, Antara Singh Vachani, in the next 10 years?
I think as most women want, we want it all. So in the next 10 years, I would like to see, obviously, Antara having grown, at least sort of 3 times what it is today. I would like to, concentrate on building my family. I got married recently and spending time on that. And also spending time on myself, my own practices, growing myself, learning.
When you say practices?
I've just always been someone who's been intrigued in the spiritual space. So I would like to continue to be able to get time to do that. And also, you know, get involved in other new big ideas in India, because the senior living space in itself is not just about the residential communities, but 3 or 4 different products we could create. So that's where
and the love and the affection and nurturing of senior citizens, which I don't think is given enough prominence.
Absolutely.
Not given.
And you know, today Antara is about the young, active, 55-year-old looking for lifestyle. But at the end of the day, we are completely equipped to take care of any of their needs till they're even 100. So it's a very long product and offering. This is not a here and now concept. So the next 10 years
longevity.
Means, absolutely. So there's everyone sort of woman wants to be superwoman. So in the next 10 years,
women always want to be, right?
Exactly.
There's not enough hours in the day that you want to be able to achieve what you want to achieve.
Absolutely.
But you surely look like a woman on the go, Tara.
Thank you.
Really, it's been such a pleasure to meet you, interact with you. You're so young, but I just feel that you're going to go out there and conquer India.
Thank you for having me.
And on the way, you will never forget those little random acts of kindness.
I hope so.
Such a pleasure, Tara.
Thank you so much
for having me.
Wish you all
the best. All the best. You
Thank
exemplify the big idea, and we hope you take it to new dimensions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
you. In India, we tend to diminish the value and the importance of senior citizens. One hopes that more big idea concepts like Antara Senior Living sprout up to cater to the needs of Indian senior citizens world over.